Here we go, here we go, here we go. That actually cracks me up is when I go back to look at... Sometimes I check back on my videos. Actually, like a majority of the time, I'll have to rewatch my videos because I have to do timestamps. So I have to figure out where all the timestamps are. And it always cracks me up the amount of times you can hear my dog, my puppy, barking in the background. But, because I know quite a few people hit the watch back. So for those that are on the watch back, and for those that are about to join, Big Dog got a surprise for you, big guy. We got a pretty didn't say like something crazy for the stream, but a bit of a milestone for myself that we're gonna hit it. And I was going to do it on video, but I actually thought I'd do it on the stream. So yeah, pretty excited how things are gonna work out. I heard the battle conditions today are pretty average. I know you can look them up on online, or people post it and stuff like that, but I don't really do it. I kind of treat it like a lucky dip, bit of a lucky dip fam. See what's in store for us. Hopefully the music's not too loud. Hopefully the stream quality's coming alright. For some reason, I don't know why, I almost feel like I see my phone says it's at 1080 60, but the stream, like what I can see on my phone, definitely doesn't look like 1080, and I don't know why it started doing that. I don't know why, but I reckon we go and cull this run and we get into it. So what are we at? 3,700 waves, so there'd be about another 1,300 waves to go. Alright, we'll just end it there. Kills me every time. So I'm gonna put on a better track for this. What would we feel like? We're gonna be something more like... No, I know that one. We need like a pumped up one. Oh, this sounds a bit better. Get a couple decibels in it, eh? Drown out my voice. So it is time. You just know what he's gonna do. Oh, let's do this. Let's go. Now, I actually do need a... I've been watching heaps of guys' videos, and I actually seen... I wish I remembered what the name of the content creator is, but I swear his name's something about boats. Like it's like sailboat or tower boat or something like that. And he did a real good video in it with a comparison with a tower that's in a similar stage to him. And they broke down a lot of stuff in depth, or in depth for me, since this kind of like going into new territory. Off-White Alpaca, what's good? Rappaport, what's up? What's up? So let's do this. Wait, is this the one we want? This is the one we want. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, so wonder how this stuff stacks. Anyway. So we'll get the music back down. But I'm not gonna lie, I was like full fizzing out just then. If I had a webcam, you guys would have seen me. I was like eyes closed, rocking in my seat, chest pumping, like going silverback mode, smashing on my chest. boom, 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 boom. They make that sound when you see those videos of those silverbacks, and they almost sound like they almost make that sound. That's what. Anyway, so the good thing, it's kind of like a good thing and a bad thing. Well, this is what I'm going to end up being when I'm farming. Oh. So this is what I'm going to kind of, this will be like the farming kind of setup. And eventually we want to somehow figure out how to get away from Space Displacer. We're not quite at that. Definitely not quite at that point yet. So go unequip. Now because I only have Dim Core and project funding at, what are we, Mythic? It means that all these levels in these two mods kind of become a savings account for me, especially if I'm pushing the masteries, which currently at the moment's recovery package, which I'm comfortably doing it, but yeah, it's a shame that I can't better use, the levels. But the good thing is when we come to tourney, is it means that I have a good chunk of change. So if we go, what do we go? Restore. And then I just restore this. And then I just swap this out with ACP. And then we want to go, what? Dim Core. Primary. We'll max it. And we go, I'm going to go Ohm chip. An assist slot. Now I could put the rest of the levels in here, but honestly I want to use my coins. So project funding, we'll max that. And now I got 15Q to dump and stuff. But what I do want to do, because I'm pretty sure the battle conditions are, what are we? Armored enemies. So what I actually want to do is I want to try and get a mythic slot in here. I mean, it's probably a waste of shards, honestly, but who cares, eh? It's not that deep. Who cares? So take this off. Pretty much the only thing I'll be after is spotlight bonus. Now that I've got Ohm chip in there, and I feel like quant. Do I have chance on there? Yeah, I got chance. And I feel like I want quant just so I can get off like an extra shot to strip down some of the armor. We'll just see what we get. It's only 38,000. It's not like I'm blowing hundreds of thousands. We'll probably get nothing. But if we strike lucky, it's good. And that's the name of the game. So I've never rolled anything on this, and I think I've only just got this to Mythic the other week. Rapport says, hype, off-white alpacas. Yes, this tourney was brutal without CC. Oh no. Oh no, what are we in for? Enemy speed, I hate this one. I get chipped. Plasma cannon resistance, that's not very nice. Alrighty. So, I think the modules are pretty sorted. So just from here, I should take Plasma cannon out, but I really have nothing good except for nuke to put in. And bro, I'm not gonna lie, I always miss when to do the nuke. Workshop. What do I want to do? That. One of that. We're gonna pump this sucker up. How's everybody's day / night / morning going for yous? That's about good enough for me. We want that. We want that. We want anything else in here? Nah. We don't want anything else in there. The rest is all for enhancements. So what I like to do is I put a little bit in here for project funding, and then I just leave it. I'll just put the rest in here. I'm actually contemplating putting another attack speed, just because of enemy movement speed, and then also to try to strip off the armor. I mean, we're talking about at this level of coins that I'm putting in there, we're talking a marginal difference. Like, it's probably not going to make much of a difference. And that's all she wrote. I mean, I might be able to get a few clicks of saying. What else could we get in here? Yeah, that'll do. Tawny cards on. So, let's hit this. Do we do that? Oh yeah, got a little bit of a something over here. Glad it's Friday. Been a long week. Not bad, just getting ready to kick back. How was your day? Oh, bro. Real chill in the morning. And then I got carried away doing yard work. I heard one of my neighbours on the weed whacker. So I thought, ew, you on the weed whacker, I'll one up you, mate. And started chopping down trees. The pettiness of me. So go start chopping down trees. What do we reckon? Do we reckon this is what it's gonna be? Knockback resistance, enemy speed. Oh wow. Knockback resistance. Pretty sure that was in the last tournament too. Is there anything specific to any enemies? Like, although there's no enemy ultimate, like range ultimate or anything. So it's just basically all enemies are dumb. So we'll see what's chipping me first. Whoa, see that boss? I've actually never worn the spotlight before. So I'm actually interested to see what this... Oh, I didn't do my range. Bruh. Always forget saying. It's alright, we won't be rerunning anyway. Now I fluctuate like between 26 and, you know, 45. I kind of fluctuate. I'm not really, like, I haven't looked into it too deep into like the orb lines and trying to get it perfect and that sort of stuff. I just kind of do it like whatever. I mean, some stage I'll try to do something properly. But let's see what it does having the ohm chip on as well. Because what does ohm chip actually do? Spotlight will rotate to focus on the boss. The boss reflects the light around to nearby enemies by 2 times the damage that they receive. So a little bit of a extra damage, but then I'm more interested in it rotating to the boss. So we should be able to see it here. Spotlight's rotating this way. We'll see where the boss is. So does the spotlight pause? Bro, it just pauses and stays on the boss. Bro, pretty cool guys. So that's why I really wanted the core slot. I wanted the core slot so we'd always have spotlight on the boss, a little bit of a, you know, bit of a helpful hand in tourneys, but mainly so we can have dim core and farming, because I am hella struggling on the single target damage. I'm hoping with having dim core and farming that I'll actually be able to push my shockwave out, so I'll be able to do a bit more hoarding, because as long as I can generate enough inner landmines, then I should be able to stun lock the rays and the bosses as well. Like, that's the fine balance that I have to juggle in my build. is just generating enough landmines and that. Otherwise, the whole thing falls apart. I get chipped. Rays are just shooting me. But it's generally bosses or rays. It's bosses or rays that end up getting me in the end. Bosses or rays, bosses and rays. Rapport says that's a pretty cool graphic whenever it targets a boss. Yeah, I was actually interested. I thought what it might do is that I thought maybe the spotlight might like rotate to the boss and then like continue rotating. I didn't know it was actually going to stay locked onto the boss. So now I'm curious what it looks like in the basic ultimates when you get more bosses. Like the spotlight will probably just be juggling all around the place. This is like one of those conditions where you really wish you have like Chronofield Plus and all those other things, Poison Swamp Stun and all the other CC tools that are available to everyone. So now what I'll have to do is when I respec to my farm, I'll have to actually change my damage workshop now, and I'll have to figure out where my new levels are. I'm actually hoping that I can devo more damage, just to avoid heaps of over trimming. What's your CF stats looking like? I just unlocked it this week. So my CF, so some of it's on my module too. We'll go to the module first. So on the dim core, I've got 11% reduction and an extra 7 seconds. Now, as far as on my ultimate weapon, I have, where is it? So 1 minute and 2. So it's at 55 seconds. And my slow's at 70%. So it's one click away from the 75% reduction, and then it's also 5 seconds. It's so painful getting the duration seconds. Like the cooldown for it's fine, you can get that really fast, but the duration's like, it's so painful. Like I think to get those last 5 seconds, I think it's maybe like 1,000 or more stones. I haven't quite looked it up yet. But yeah, those 5 seconds are really pricey. But then I also need a ancestral mod so I can roll the CF substats on it. Oh yeah, look, it's just locked on the boss. Okay, we'll get rid of this. Just super interested in how it performs. But yeah, and as far as your CF, Alpaca, what are you planning to do with it? Are you planning to invest in it, or did you unlock it just so you could start working on the labs? Or are you going to go all cards in? I feel like it's been super beneficial. I feel like to get some level of like aid from CF, you don't have to go as deep as what a lot of people say, but then the way that the CF's designed is it is kind of designed like a all-in or all-out sort of thing. But you can get some mild benefit from it. But it just depends if that's what, if you want to invest or if you want to lose like 3,000 or 3,500 stones for a little minute help from it. But like, say my tier 18 runs, like for the milestone, it was like 80 waves or something when I was about, I want to say, I'm kind of trying to dig back in the memory bank, I want to say I was about 40 to 45%, maybe 50%, but like every click after that, it was jumping up substantially, and there was nothing else really changing. Like, so a few mild changes, a little bit of damage and that sort of stuff, but nothing substantial. But every click that I was buying in the speed reduction, like those waves were jumping. So it, and even in tournament performance and that. Off-White says the Duration Lab and Stone investment for me. Gonna try to get either the Duration or the Cooldown subset. Nice. Nice. Like, I think it opens up possibilities for future builds as well. Especially if you have any plans to transition to Glass Cannon. I think it's one of those crucial things, having CF. So it becomes kind of crucial for tourneys. It kind of just depends at what stage you're in. I don't really regret doing any of the investment in CF. Like, I really don't regret it. I don't feel like I would have wanted it to have done it anytime sooner. The only dumb thing is like, I was just like, oh man, that's not the like. I wanted to do other stuff with those stones, but when I found out that it was actually beneficial for me as far as progressing in a Orbless build, and then I was like, oh well, it will help me in an Orbless build. It's gonna help me in tournaments, so we'll just roll with that. And yeah, it's one of those things. Still not max though. I still got a little bit more to go. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce your name, but I'm just gonna call you Hypo. What's up, Hypo? What's good? What is good? You guys know what I forgot? I'm gonna be back in 1 second. I forgot my energy drink. How dare I forget my energy drink? How dare I go live without getting some caffeine in me? So I'm actually really interested, like rough battle conditions, but super interested with having especially with a spotlight like mine. Like, everybody knows I got a super undeveloped spotlight. Like, look how skinny it is. There's bugger all in the damage subset. Oh, substat, what do you call it? The stat on the weapon. So anytime that's useful, we're in the goods. We are in the goods. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Idiot. Bro, I forgot to change my summon. Oh, bro. Do I call it now? Do I rerun it now? We'll see how the next summon goes. Every time I don't change it, oh, I'm gonna have to change it. Sorry, guys. Oh, fuck's sakes. Because every time I have summon on, what it does is, because I don't have good enough CC, it bloody spawns it right on me, and then it ends up shooting in range and fast on me. Damn it. Oh, well, that's what you get, eh? That's what you get for rushing. Look how buzzy the animation is. Look at that, locked on, sniping it. It's quite buzzy how you watch it, like, see it skip and jump. Oh, it's real crazy. Hope everybody's tourneys have gone well. Here's one for chat. What country are you guys from? Because I look up analytics in that, and quite a large portion of viewers are actually around Europe in that, which I find super interesting. And it's more from, because I'm pretty sure, actually going to pull up the Discord, because I'm pretty sure the community Discord only has English chat. Let's have a look-see. I mean, unless there's like there's something else. Oh, what's Uncle Fud saying? Unofficial Fuds and Muse News. What's the question? Let's see what the question is. It's on Reddit. Oh, sorry guys, flashbangers. I am not a robot. Oh, can we get no graphics mode? What do you guys reckon about that? No graphics mode. Bro, I can imagine like some mega min maxes will like a no graphics mode. Rappaport says US. Alpaca says US. It's about to be midnight, bro. You are a legend for tuning in if it's about to be midnight, bro. You're an absolute legend. I know it's an ungodly time for people in the States and that. But this is generally when I switch over to my night run. I could do it on Sundays, but like Sundays is like, well, my Sunday. Like a lot of the guys will stream the tournaments, which would be for me somewhere between Sunday morning and Sunday lunchtime. That's generally about the time when I'm getting ready for me and my son to go to the gym and that. And I was I appreciate those small things, especially as my kids are getting older. Like my kids are teenagers now, so I appreciate those moments. Like, you know, we're all the same. We all work too many hours for a bullshit job, for a bullshit boss. You guys know the drill. But you know, I always got told one thing from my wife's old man. He always said to me, as long as you try to have one meal with your family each night, and you pick what that meal is, whether it's dinner or whether it's tea, because you're going to be working all the time. Every bloody day you're going to be working, but it will give your family some sense of normality. Because, you know, I was one of those guys where I made the mistake. I fucked up and I accidentally loved my kids. Why did I do that? Rapport says 9 PM here, so I am assuming that's 9 PM Friday. It's 6 PM Saturday for me. Nice says Bob the Builder. Dave Voice says your boss is God. He's my boss, but that's your granddad. That's your daddy boy. I tell you what though, I've had some psycho bosses in my time. I've had some really good bosses too. Like, a bit of a shame that in my younger years, when I wasn't a good worker, I had some really good bosses, and I kind of just did them wrong. Like, you know, like I'd like left my jobs. I remember one job, I couldn't be asked with them, and I end up like just leaving, and I didn't even tell them. And another job, and these were like really good bosses. Like, it's not until you experience bad bosses. Like, I was one of those kids Like, I had enough shit going on in my home life that, like, I kind of just went around the world with a chip on my shoulder. Hated everyone, hated teachers, hated being told what to do. You know, I was one of those kids. Just bad attitude, all the rest. And the funny thing is I end up, you know, my wife ends up getting pregnant. I'm off to jail, that sort of buzz. And the judge says to me, you know, you've got no future prospects. You know, you're just going to end up doing a lag. Because, you know, I got nothing going for me. And then, so I tried to get a job in that, which ends up being in the place that I'm still am at today. And my wife's pregnant. So they say, oh yeah, you know, I got a job interview. They reckon I can start in a week or two. And the judge was just looking at me and was just like, oh nah, it's not good enough. And then by the skin of my teeth, because my lawyer's going to me, you got to give me more, bro, you got to give me more, there's got to be something else. And I was like, nah, it is what it is. I'll just go do the leg and I'll just be out when I'm out. Hopefully I don't have any gang tats on my face and all that other carry on. And then I just said, it's just going to be a shame because my missus is pregnant. I'm not going to be able to, you know, see the kid. And then lawyer jumps up. Oh, his partner's pregnant. The judge is like, is your lady here today? So yeah, she's okay, point her out. So I'll point her out. She stand up. She goes, you pregnant? Okay, yeah. Oh, she goes, yeah. And then she's like, well, you know, no father deserves to not see their first child being born. So hopefully this is enough to wake you up. And just hits me with the book. All the fines in the world, all the community service in the world, but I got out of it. And then I ended up in the place where I'm working at today, which is basically a factory where we're slaughtering animals. And then I literally went from spending my life not liking nobody telling me what to do. Like, the only person that could tell me what to do was my nan. And then going from that environment to literally you get told everything to do. Like, if you need to take a piss, you get told how many minutes you're allowed to leave production to be able to piss. And it's just maybe that's what I needed. Just a little bit of structure. Just a little bit of structure in my life. Junior Wong says, I've been working on my CF duration labs for as long as I can remember. Bro, absolute feels, bro. And if you're running like some sort of build or some variation where you're like not blender, like, you know, high wave blender builds, you're generally pretty damn good for cells. But if you're running some sort of build where, you know, you're not at least 4xing everything, those CF labs are, bro, they're a troll. My Uncle Fuds is an absolute troll for those labs. And the craziest thing is you get these boomers that play the tower. Like Ryan. Ryan's a tower boomer. Ryan's such a tower boomer that they didn't even have a way to speed up your labs. Like, there was no like lab speed ups in that. And he had to do all those labs, like the CF duration and all of that, without a speed up. Like, how savage is that, bro? Labs with no speed ups. Like, so much. Like, if you guys are aware about his story, he started the tower back when we were all in nappies. And then he played the tower for the longest time. Obviously, it was a completely kind of different game than it is today. Even graphically, it looked different. And then he did those CF labs, and he reckoned he hated it so much doing those CF labs that he literally quit the game. Like, he quit the game after he did it. He didn't even do the final last level of CF, which I think is like 30 or something like that. Like, he was just like, I'm done. Like, I'm never touching this game again. And he took a break for like a year or two. Like, that's how heinous it is. So we are fortunate that we don't have to go through those trials of our patience. But at the same time, even with speed ups, they're so long, bro. They're like Shatter Shards as long. And I did Shatter Shards 4. Bro, I did all Shatter Shards without speeding it up. I don't think I sped up any of them with gems. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. And when I did the Shatter Shards 5, oh, actually, I might have 5x'd a lot of it though. Yeah, I can't quite remember, but it was so long that I honestly just, when I got to the end of it, I was just like, fuck, what the hell was that? But yeah, that's some crazy ass labs, because every single second, even though it's a second, every single second counts. Like you get, like if I get ultimate weapon duration, I get slingshot. As soon as the CF's down, even at the low percentage of slow that I have, it just boomfa, runs over. Voice says he wants his own effective path sheets. Junior One says, Malaysia, but I live in Australia. Jan says, you think we get a new higher league? Too many high-end players and legends are way too high. Yep, I reckon. Some people are like yes, some people are no. A bunch of people are in the yes boat. Some people are in the no boat. I'm in the 100% we're getting it. We're getting something. Something that's slightly different to... drastically different, which would be an entire new league, or slightly different, but definitely I don't think the whole continuously nerfing leagues over and over and over again is what they'll end up doing. Will there be something to fight against to combat power creep? Yep, for sure, you know, when we get to that stage, but the best thing they can do is just introduce a new league. Now the thing that'll be slowing it down, like it'll be easy for them to introduce a new league. The problem that they're going to have is you have to have a reward system. So what is the new system? What would the new system look like? Version 27, we got assist mods. Was it version 27 we got assist mods? Whatever, the last version, we got assist mods. That's a good enough stone sink and a good enough thing to get people theory crafting and coming up with all sorts of different things. The vault was what, V25, V26, something like that. I can't remember. That's a huge enough thing to get people motivated, you know, to keep grinding in that. So what would there be? What would a new system be? God, are we gonna get gem slots or something? I'm trying to think, because I come from the world of ARPGs, and they're all very similar in how they work. You know, they all go like some sort of like legendary gear, some sort of mythic gear. You know, then you start getting some sort of implicits on the gear. Like there's always something, some sort of new crafting system each season. Then it's like now there's runes, and then it's like now there's gems, and there's all these different sorts of systems. So I'm trying to think of like what would they do that would be a good enough power creep. Like, and those guys that are in those higher waves for legends, like I was just watching Ryan's stream, the fleets spawn every 30 waves. Like, every 30 waves is wild. So if the fleets are spawning every 30 waves, imagine what a new league will be like. Like, the guys are going to have insane power. And they'll have to have a new metric of power, a new system or something for them to be able to, you know, get to that 1,000 wave count or something to occupy them time, and then they're going to need a good enough reward system. Like Keys is an outstanding reward system. I think a lot of people, including, you know, high ranked people, agree that a lot of the quality of life stuff shouldn't really be locked behind Keys, or so far into Keys that, you know, like a lot of the stuff people just want. Auto restart is one of them. Auto restart, fam. Rapport says, same, I'm at level 21 in the labs of CF, and it's like, come on, yeah, that's wild. That's crazy. Absolute feels, bro. Jan says, you did 140 plus days of the last Shatter Shards? Damn. Yup. Oh, well, I think by the time I got to the last Shatter Shards, I had the max lab. And I think like every lab speed relic except for, I think it's tier 18, there's a lab speed relic. It's one of these other tiers, there's like a lab speed relic or something or rather like that. I'm pretty sure it's one that I'm missing. But I did it at 4x. But yeah, whatever it is at 4x, whatever it is at max lab speed, yeah bro, and I face tanked it. I face tanked it like a savage, like a barbarian. Alpaca says, I'm on Shatter Shards 4 right now too, with CF duration and the last 4 levels of lab speed. Yep, you're at the tail end. You are very close. It's super stacked at that end, especially like lab speed and all those other ones. I think I did lab speed maybe on my 1 year anniversary. I think on my 1 year anniversary. Trying to think back, but I'm pretty sure I was on the last level and I just gemmed whatever the last level was. So I as soon as I hit my 1 year anniversary, I clicked my relic, I used my gems just to say that it took me a whole year to do it. And I pretty much kept the lab speed in there like right from my first day, and I may have had like a couple weeks with it not being in there. That's a long ass lab. But you end up thanking yourself in the future. You know, it's kind of why I'm doing the, what is it, lab coin discount? Is it lab coin discount? Just because any coin spent in labs is gone forever. Even though a majority of like the longer labs, or I suppose it's all relative. Like it's all relative at what situation or position you are in the game. Like a good example, I'll give you guys a good example, would be the wall labs. Like doing those wall labs when you get to that wall stage in your EHP journey, and you're kind of hitting this weird brick wall where you're not plateauing, but things are slowing down substantially, and then you just need a little bit more oomph to get those lab speed to get those wall labs done and everything like that. And then once you pass that and you start them, and then the progression that you get for like your EHP build, you shoot up and this and that, and then all of a sudden it's chump change to you. Like it's all relative to the situation you're in. It's like when you get to masteries. Like when you first start masteries, you're like I first started like doing some levels, and I think I was earning 700 or 800 trill a day, and I was like, oh, it was a real struggle, man. It was a struggle. I was pulling coins out of this and that and everything like that, and then once that ball starts rolling, it kind of builds up its momentum, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're past that little wave. Silver, what's good? What's good? Last Legend was 18 players were at least 4th place in Legends, and tier 19 at least 1,000 ways. Wow, there's some juice towers. The lowest of the 18 players, that's insane for someone entering the Legends League. Yeah bro, yeah, especially whenever I look at the ranks, I always look at who's got assist mods. Like that's what I was like constantly looking at. Like as soon as I see like tier 19 way 40, 50, 60, I'm like, damn it, I'm battling against people that are got multiple mods on at once. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like especially in champs, like the whole top portion of champs, the what is it, first, second, third, I think fourth also gets a promotion. First, second, fourth, and then maybe the 5 to 10 underneath them will all be bouncing or have previously been in Legends before. It's absolutely wild. It's just there's just a big congestion point in the game. There's just a massive congestion point. And I think with them making the lower tiers easier to farm as well. Like after that whatever patch they did where they readjusted the tiers. I think that's another consideration as well. That people will be having access to higher tiers, you know, will give them some sort of like economic creep that, you know, maybe people with more older towers didn't have when they were at that stage. So it kind of like boosts them up a hell of a lot faster. But even Platinum, man, Platinum's wild. I've seen people in Platinum doing like, bro, way over 1,000 waves. Like, it was never like that for me. I just started in that window where it wasn't like that. In saying that though, when I first started, and you know, there was no legends, there was just champs, all the big dogs used to farm it. They would, they would farm champs runs. Like, they were doing crazy amounts of waves. It was absolutely wild. And then as soon as legends come out, boom, they all skip up into legends. And then the more of them that can promote, the more brackets that were created, and the more brackets that were constantly getting created, then the more people that were constantly moving. And then there was just this big, like a power vacuum as a lot of people moved out. It does breathe a new life into your tower, those staples you complete with your tower. At least that's my experience. Absolutely. I think a lot of it's mental too. Like, the game's an incremental game. You know, it's cookie clicker. You know, it's incremental. It's what do they call it? It's like some ARPGs have it. It's like a store and spend, a build and spend. You know, you're building up resources, you're spending the resources in hopes that you can do something to build more resources. Bro, we farm to farm harder. And I've had plenty of windows, so many windows where I haven't hit a brick wall, but I've hit like a stagnation in the points in that. And I can see how it can get to a lot of people. I can see how it can get to a lot of people if they hit kind of brick walls in that. Yeah. Personally, like, to help me combat that kind of feeling is I set smaller, like, you know, kind of like bigger ideas that I want. Like, at the moment, I want to do Reverse Orb Devo in tier 14. Like, if I was just tunnel visioned in on that, and not the small things that I need to achieve along the way, I'd be sitting there going, bro, am I ever going to get, like, what the hell's going on? God, I can't get out of tier 13. But I just know, like, that there's a bit of a journey to get there. And plenty other people before me have, you know, been through the hazing ritual of Uncle Fuds. And whatever window I'm at, it's my turn to hit that window. Jane says, I first started tier 16 wave 150. The progression with keys and stones also is absurd. Yeah, I'm super stone starved at the moment. I mean, I think everybody would have a bucket list of stuff they could do with a lot of stones. Oh, yeah, I could sit here all day talking about how it's almost like stones is... If you're talking about stones is almost like when you're sitting there at work and then you're thinking like, oh God, I want to go home. And then you start daydreaming about winning the lotto and all the things you'll spend it on. That's what I'm like with stones. I start daydreaming instead of like a Maserati and a house out in the country on a lifestyle block like Yellowstone or something like that, and I'm riding around on a horse getting all primitive and shit. I'll be sitting there thinking like, man, I could buy this and I'll buy this and I'll have CF Plus, I'll have Innerland 1 Plus. Like, it's the same sort of thing when you're thinking about all the things you need to get and all the things you'd like to get if you won the stone lottery. It's absolutely wild. Jan says, see ya, have a great day. Thanks for stopping in. Red Bull says, that needs to be on the t-shirt. The hazing ritual of Fuds, bro. It's like a bro. It's like a hazing ritual. And it's like one of those ones from the movies. What's that movie? Is it... And they move next door to that frat house with all those guys, and it's got the guy from the High School Musical. I'm pretty sure Seth Rogen's one of the adults, and there's that brunette lady. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like that's what it's like. It's like, and then it's just like these crazy hazing rituals going on in the frat house. Oh, bro. Oh, you've been making some massive progression, Raptor. I like tuning into your videos. I like it when you do your intro and that, and then you anybody that doesn't know, check out Raptor's channel. Most likely, if you're watching this, you already know, but definitely go check out his channel. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I like it when you do the intros to your videos and that, and then you got the tower on the tablet or the phone, and you've just got it posted up in a random spot. I always crack up when I see that. Dave Voice says, The Neighbours, big guy. Oh, that's the name of it. The Neighbours. The Neighbours. By the first time I saw that part where the couch explodes and Seth Rogen flies up. Bro, where he flies up, I honestly lost it, eh? Bro, I couldn't handle that. That was so... Oh, bro. And I feel like we all know someone or have a friend that's that guy that will do like something silly, like put a airbag under someone's seat. Like we all know that one idiot. Like, bro, I knew so many idiots. So many idiots, bro. Like the guys that are class clowns that never grew up. The Peter Pans. I like to call them the Peter Pans. You know, the Lost Boys with Peter Pan. I tell you what has been playing up, my bloody allergies. But I was like cutting down these like branches today off my neighbour's tree. It's pissing me off. Every time I mow the lawn, stabbing me in the eyes, and then you end up avoiding that part of the section. I was like chopping it down. I get like real bad allergies. And I was like the whole time I was sitting here thinking like, oh bro, this is going to kill me in a couple hours. Like if you go, you know The Last of Us? If you guys are familiar with The Last of Us, I swear it's last season. But when they go down, like my allergies are so bad. When they go into that basement part in The Last of Us, and if yous know when they go down into the basement, and there's those zombie things that are down there, and they're like breathing out the spores. My allergies are so bad that even looking at that makes my nose itchy. Rappel says, I have to finish editing my next video, but wow, you nailed it with the War Labs earlier in the stream. Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's all relative. It's everybody's position that they're in at the moment is relative. Like I'm in an ugly part, trying to make my way into tier 14, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it. But yeah, I look forward to your next video. So for yourself, do you have a regular posting time? Just in case anybody's watching this and are interested in checking out, like when's your regular post day? Yeah, you're like one video a week, or are you doing more than one a week? Are we berserked? We're not even berserked. Mind you, it's only weigh 400. I swear all you need is caffeine and nicotine. Caffeine, nicotine, and a mic. And everybody listen to me. Once a week, and try to get it in on Thursday. So Thursday, American time. Americano time. So yeah, you guys, check out his channel. Check out his channel. I'm actually playing music on YouTube. If I wasn't, I would punch in a link. But if you can, bro, try to put a link to your channel in chat. And then everybody go check it out. Leave the stream if you have to. Go check out his channel and that. Show him some love. Show him some love, fam. Show the bro some love. But I tell you guys what I am. I am one mod away from that armor. And I think I'm still a wee whiles yet from doing anything with that banner. That whatever that new banner one is. But it's the FOMO, fam. It is absolutely the FOMO. I'm like, damn it, if there's some like I know people are doing infinite runs and all that other stuff. But it's like the FOMO of something, like I don't want to miss out if there's something good. But what I didn't do is I actually didn't pull on that other module that gives you attack speed. I didn't bother pulling on that. Junior says, bro, facts, caffeine and nicotine. You can't beat it. You can't beat it, fam. You can't beat it. Like I actually, like my stepdad smoked, and my old lady smoked, and I like hated ciggies because they smoked. And then, but once I got to high school and that, I was smoking. And then I like stopped. Wasn't really for me. But then because I used to smoke the green stuff, then I ended up like smoking, and then smoking just ended up becoming my thing. Like I fucking loved smoking. But like we got insane taxes in my country. Like if any of y'all, like I don't know what the taxes are like in your country on tobacco, but it is insane in New Zealand. Like absolutely insane. It's borderline criminal. Like so bad that it just became the terminology for like the crime wave just become calling them ram raids, and just kids were just stealing cars, smashing through the doors of everything, every bottle store, every bloody we call them dairy in your guys' countries. You probably call it like a corner store or something like that, you know, where you buy like your ciggies, you know, your milk, that sort of random stuff. Everywhere people were smashing through supermarkets, which would be like grocery stores, any place you could buy cigarettes. They were just all getting held up at gunpoint, machete point. Like it just went wild, and it wasn't like it was like a short-term fad or something like that. Like this went wild for, I want to say, at least a couple years, just because they were worth so much money. Like a small bag of tobacco, you know, 30 gram, 50 gram, you know, they were just worth so much money because we're going wild. Rapport says, super kind of you all, Clouded. Hey, look, no worries, mate. No worries. Junior says, living in Oz, I totally get it, bro. $50 for a... Whoa! $50 for a 20 pack. Bro, I've been vaping for like maybe close to 10 years, so I haven't kept up with the prices. But $50 for a pack of 20s Australian is wild, bro. So you guys must have big ram raids over there too. But I know you guys have got like a big there's a big black market in Australia for because vaping's not like how in Aussie vaping's not like how it is in New Zealand, I don't think. Like vaping's just a consumer product over here. Like we fought pretty hard to to get those laws across. Like me and my wife, we met up with ministers, bro. We were having meetings with high schools, all sorts of stuff. We went pretty hard to try to secure the rights for vaping, because they were gonna like make it like we needed vaping to be a consumer product, and the tobacco industry obviously doesn't want competition, so the tobacco industry was pushing real hard against us to make it what do you call it? Not like a medical product. Like get it so you got to get it through prescription. Take away all the flavors. You know, flavors is a big one. They say, oh no, what about the kids? Who cares about the kids, bro? Who cares, bro? Kids were smoking when I was at school. Oh, but the kids like the lolly flavors, bro. I like lolly flavors, bro. I don't wanna vape tobacco or menthol flavor. What the hell's wrong with you? But I want to vape snozberry flavor. I want to vape blueberries, raspberries. Bro, I want to vape dick flavor. Bro, I don't want to sit there and vape fucking tobacco flavor. So we fought pretty tooth and nail, and then the tobacco industry realized that they weren't gonna win it. Also, by looking at other countries around the world, like places like the UK and stuff like that. So so they changed tack. They spent like the first, I want to say, 4 or 5 years fighting real hard against us. Like they were spending a lot of money in New Zealand fighting against us, and we were all grassroots. Like you're talking like people that like before they joined the industry, they were just like builders, or you know, they were just normal people going about their life, discovered the technology, figured out how to import it, and then set up shops, and then you know, help other people transition off cigarettes and stuff. So we fought really hard, and then once they figured out they couldn't beat us, then they started releasing their own products, and then started doing another way of it. So it's like, well, we can't beat you. And this is where a lot of the misconception was. Like there was a massive misconception that the tobacco industry was against, the tobacco industry was the vape industry, and that they were disguising themselves as something else, but really they were figuring out that they weren't going to win, so they designed their own products, and then when they introduced their own products into the market, then what they did from there is they fought tooth and nail to keep us out of the market. So they fought to monopolize it. And there's various ways you can do it. Like set themselves up with the investment that so here's one tactic that they use. One of the tactics was they would build these massive facilities, and they would make these facilities at a certain production grade, like they call it like ISO. Like you're in positive pressure rooms, you have certain like HACCP points and everything like that. Well, like, we're going super deep into this. I don't really want to put you to sleep, but they would basically like the buy-in to be able to manufacture. They would set it up so it's like, let's say $1 million that you'd have to have in raw cash to be able to purchase a facility to get yourself registered. So they would present themselves as like, this is the minimum standard that these things, and everybody goes, oh wow, that's great. Well, this is amazing. And then they would lobby the ministers and the New Zealand, New Zealand Health, whatever. And then they would lobby them to say, well, anybody that doesn't have a buy-in like this or a factory like this are not allowed to be a part of this industry. And then they did other things where they'd lobby them for places where you can and can't sell it. Like, well, to some degree, you know, completely makes sense. Don't open it up next to a primary school. But they would try to secure all the locations. So it's just the typical monopoly move. Yeah, it was a real battle. It was a real battle, but I just went so deep into that. But it was a big part of, you know, me and my wife's journey through life. You know, It was just like, and that's how All Clouded started. That was the name of our company. That was the name of our social media presence. Everything like that. Like, we end up getting to the point where we end up leasing a lab and everything to, just to try to be ahead of the curve for any of the regulations that were coming out. And then COVID hit. Bro, COVID hit. Ruined everything. Borders shut down. All the rest. Oh, Rappaport says it varies by each state, so I'm assuming we're talking about the taxes. Another thing I say is green lease stuff is legal in one state. Oh, what's that state? Is that this? Yeah, what state's that? You like to purchase it? Oh, better get my gems. Legally at a gas station. Next state over, it's jail time. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, yeah, because Aussies like that. Aussies got states. Junior says facts, that's why I vape too. I wish in Oz we would lift bans on nicotine vapes because it's pretty hard to get any access to any e-juice nowadays. Now the black market is pretty rampant and they're charging a lot for disposables. Yeah, we used to, like, we knew all the guys in New Zealand that were Australians. So like a whole bunch of Aussie outfits moved to New Zealand. Like, we're talking like over 10 years ago, 11, 12 years ago, they moved over to New Zealand and they set up shops in Aussie as like a face to buy the equipment, like all the hardware, all the mods and everything like that. And then you would actually import all your nicotine and your flavors from New Zealand and there. And then the government changed tact over in Aussie about how they were going to do vapes or e-cigarettes, whatever you want to call it. So we actually know the guys that and the company that got those laws introduced into Aussie, because they say they tried to do the same thing in New Zealand. So the exact same laws. Like, New Zealand, it's just normal, bro. Like, you just walk into a shop, buy whatever you want. The tax is just GST. Like, it's just a consumer product. And like, nobody even cares about it. Like, it's just vaping. But the laws that are in Australia, we know the company, who's actually a Kiwi, but he linked up with an Australian, and then they lobbied the government in Aussie and got their laws changed to the current system that you guys have now, which is extremely unfortunate because they originally tried to do it in New Zealand and then it didn't work for them. There's just we were going so hard, bro, to get those laws overturned. And then, yeah, didn't work in New Zealand, so they did the same thing in Aussie. And the funniest thing is like, when you go to get like your prescription vapes and whatever that you got to get from your doctor, they actually own the company. Like, like that's the cheek of it, bro. Like, presenting like a draft legislation to politicians to use, and going like, here's a bulletproof, read this is what the regulations should be. Oh, by the way, the only company that can supply you is us. You know what I mean? And I'll donate to your campaign. Yeah, sign away. Like, yeah, absolutely wild. Kudos to you and the missus. That's so cool. Yeah, bro, I tell you what it was fun. I tell you what, through all the headaches, through working, 130-hour weeks, through all the stresses, yeah, bro, it was an absolute journey, bro, and it taught me a lot, I'd say, about, like, myself and what I'm capable of. Like, because you put everything on the line. You got employees, you got mouths to feed. It taught me a lot about what I'm capable of, and I think it changed me a lot. Like, I think in me somewhere, I was already wired that way, but I was applying it to the wrong thing. Like, I was applying it to the black market, and then getting it channeled into like a grey market, and then hoping for it to eventually go white collar. Just the change in the mindset, understanding how that level of the game's played, I think it taught me a lot about myself. You know, it gave me a lot to focus on, and that was really cool. And at the same time, like, I loved working with my wife. You know, absolutely loved it. Like, heaps of people, I can't think of anything worse than working with my wife. We're the opposite, man. Me and my wife, we're creepy as. We're absolutely creepy as to each other. Rapport says, damn, vapes are in every gas station. Alan says, hi, what's up, Alan? What level is your speed reduction and what is your plan to progress in Legends? So, I actually just initiated my plan today to give me, well, it's not so much like progression, but it's a step in progression. Boom! Boom, baby! Check it out. So there's the first step. So like if we look for like a longer term plan for progression, it'll be max CF. So and CF at 90, so it does mean I need an ancestral. CF 90. This assist slot, this assist slot, this assist slot. All the rest, like, you know, stones invested in the substat, the multiplier efficiency, all the other rest. Like, as far as the short term, it'll probably be like unlocking these two. So then I can run whatever the other one is. Is a Pulsar Harvester, I think it's called. Yeah, this one here. So I'll be able to have those two. I'll be able to have two mods here, get CF90. And then after there, then I'll reassess what I actually need to progress. Masteries too. Like, I'm in desperate need of Demon Mode Mastery. I'm in desperate need of Super Tower Mastery, for sure. For sure. So, even just that there, that's 5 to 10,000 stones there alone. So yeah, that's probably like my plans as far as tournament progression. Because yeah, we're talking 10,000 stones there alone. Jens, what's that near your dimension core? Looking good. What's it called? Ohm chip. Omi. That's the Omi. It's got nothing rolled on it. I actually just got it into Mythic, I think, this week. So yeah, got the Omi. So it's actually, we were all kind of looking at the animation. So it kind of like, it looks like everything's moving at pace. Then the boss spawns, and then it shoots over to the boss and it locks onto it, which I find super interesting. And I'm really interested in how it's gonna work when we've got basic ultimate condition. But I feel like now I'm gonna start getting chipped around these waves, like around the 600 mark. We're probably going to struggle a bit. Jesus. Oh, I know what it is. He knows what it is. It actually looks really... Like, I thought what it actually did was I thought it actually just rotate to the boss. And then, but then continue in its circular rotation. I didn't know it'd actually lock onto it. Which I'm actually even more happy. This is when we really need some elites to start spawning. That's a problem with Amp Strike, eh? So we get elite spawn now, but boss is still waves away. Bro. Just saying congrats again. Yeah, bro. I'm super... Look, guys. I'll be 100% honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. I did play up. I didn't fuck up. I played up though. I was too impatient. I got it. I got it. I just had to. I was just like, oh bro, I got $50. Who cares? Let's just do it. Because I want to have a good farm. I want to have good farms. I want to like, and I wanted to see how to perform in the tourney as well. And I'm super happy that the way that ownership works. I suppose like, because with a lot of mechanics and stuff like that, I familiarized myself with it. I familiarized myself with, other people and their other points of progression and stuff. But I don't look into it too much. Like if it's too far away from me, I don't go like super deep into it. So I hadn't even tried it. But then I never really like looked too much. Like a lot of the say like the guys that stream tourneys, or even a lot of the guys that are posting videos and stuff, heaps of them are at 4 quantity on the spotlight in there. My spotlight's so useless. It's so underdeveloped. Just needs a juicy substat. It needs a good substat, and it needs Super Tower Plus. Super Tower Mastery. Super Tower Mastery. That is what we need. I've been playing Path of Exile for the last 2 weeks like a madman. Good lad. Good lad. How long's the season and how long's the season been going for? Has it been going for a month? So many new builds. Yeah, bro. Even the changes to the graphics look so good. Like sometimes, if it wasn't for the speed and the spammy nature of PoE 1 versus PoE 2, like graphically, just graphically, bro, it looks so good. Rapport says, Clouded, did you watch that YouTube video that was posted like 2 days ago in a landmines over not having CF into Legends tourney? In a landmines. Did you watch the YouTube video that was posted 2 days ago in a landmines over not having Chronofield in Legends tourney? Nah, bro. Who posted that? Who posted that? I want to know that. Bro, because I want to go in a landmine direction, eh? Like, I really like... I know you get to a certain point. I know you get to a certain point where you want all the crowd control and everything like that. And I know CF and CF Pluses are tried and true. But I really want to main in the landmines. And I want to go that direction. And then double back to the CF direction. Because I don't really know anybody that's done that. Except for, I was talking earlier in the stream, the YouTuber that I was talking about, that his name, I swear his name's Sailboat. I'm actually going to like look it up after this. But he did a video with somebody that actually did that. So mild investment in CF Plus. And then leans more into getting a perma black hole for tournaments and your perma black hole for farming. And actually mains in the landmines. And he brought up some really good points, like where his pinch points are. So one is like the chrono jump lab. You need a lot of money, basically. The labs are quadrillions on quadrillions on quadrillions. So that's like some of the stuff, and if you're not going to go the lab route, even though like at some stage you'll end up maxing that lab or getting close to it in the high levels, you need a substantial amount of stones. But he said he put like about 3,000 stones into it. Ooh, that boss hurt. Bro, was that 2 shields? Oh, because there's no thorns. Damn. 2 shields. What a prick. Looking for his name. I actually thought of you. Bro, if you find it, can you please... Yeah, bro, let me know. I'm super curious, eh? I'm super curious if landmines can... if we can do it with landmines and then save like a bunch of stones without going the CF route. And then, yeah, we will go the CF route. But like how people go... Like people will go like GT, CF, Spotlight, and then what do they go? Spotlight, and then they go Poison Swamp, and then maybe Chain Lightning Plus or something like that. Like, and a Landmine Plus is like right near the end. I'm wondering if I could like swap places with CF near the end, and then Inner Landmines near the start. And that's what I really like, really curious. Make it as a main CC tool and a main damage tool. And especially with assist mods, like assist mods is a key part in that. But then I also don't, bro, I also don't know if I want to be the guinea pig, and then I turn around and I go, damn, why did I do that? Oh, it's on Flipsters? So Flipsters' original name is the Tower of Toby. Probably a majority of you guys might know it, but if you don't know it, if you go to like some of the older videos from the Tower of Toby, he actually used to release some real cool videos too. Like, he used to do a lot of videos like that just had like interesting stuff. Like, bro, is that a Death-Defy? But I haven't even Death-Defied once, bro. What the hell? Like, I learned a lot from a lot of his earlier videos, and then he ended up starting a new channel, or changed the channel name, or he did something. And then, yeah, Flipster's his new one. Jin says, you need a pretty good Chronofield for the next farm too, so I doubt CF is a bad investment. Reverse Orb Devo farm is cracked. I know, that's my next goal. Reverse Orb Devo farm. I don't know, that's why I need CF Plus. I think just because the amount of stones to not go Reverse Orb Devo, yeah, I'm super far away from it. We're actually doing alright. 660 waves. My last tournament, I actually managed to get keys. Super soft bracket though. I'm not gonna be like, oh wow, I made so much improvement during the week. Nah, I just had like a super soft bracket. But hey, look, I'll take it. I'll take it, fam. We'll take a soft bracket. But I got like 700 and something waves, which I was super happy with, eh? Yes, killed that elite just in time. Killed that elite just in time. We needed that. But we're doing all good. We're doing all good. So can somebody answer me this? This armored enemies, the first 70 hits, does that apply to bosses? Or bosses not a part of armored enemies? But we're doing all good. Now what I really want to know is how we're going to do in farms. Because we got the Dim Core on it. Yeah, I did play up though. I was just like, I'm just gonna buy it. And like, I really hate getting into that mentality, because I've got a real bad pay to win. Bro, that took 2 energy shields and the wings. Are you kidding me, bro? 2 energy shields and the wings, not even a Death-Defy. Alright, we're gonna try to hit the... If we can get the scatter, we might be able to get it. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Oh, yeah. So on the next boss, hopefully we don't get chipped. If we get chipped, we're screwed. And that's run over. Which is probably with these battle conditions where we get the highest chance of getting chipped. But the next boss, I'm going to have to demon mode. If we don't hit an elite, I'm going to have to demon mode it. I'm just going to have to do it, fam. That's what we're going to have to do. So we might get 700 waves, which for me is really good. Really good getting 700 waves for me. Oh, no elites, I'm going to have to do it. Demonux mode. Bro, I can't believe it took... it took... Bro. How you going to do me like that, Uncle Fuds? Bro, I haven't got one Death-Defy this whole... Bro. Oh, well. Oh, GG's lads. That gets us 700 waves. Flips his tower. Heard you unlocked assist mods? Well, 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 my friend. We did. We did. I played up. I had to do a little dip. I had to. I was like, bro, I'm like 300 off. And I was like, fuck it. Bro, no thorns is wild. Look how long that boss is on the wall. On the wall, Holio. Something like Flicks. Mr. Flicks. Mr. Flicks or Flicks. Alright, we are going to make it past this boss. Hurry up, kill the boss, bro. Up to. Alright, we're gonna have all our landmines, one shield. We need elites to spawn. But I hate it when I get a bad run and there's like not many elites. I need elites to spawn. Yes, get the elite, bro. Come on, yes, right with the bosses. Come on, stun him now! Still no death defies. So we are raw and we are naked now. And this is us. It's the end of the road as we know it. So what I have to do in farming now is I have to figure out where my baselines are for devoing my workshop, which is always a fun time. Come on, yes, we're still in it. Like what I find is if I get to the 700 way mark, I get like more elites, so I get a little bit more uptime on the old Ampy strike. Just as I say it, we get no elites. Oh, there's a ray. Oh, get the ray. Yes, got it. Oh, and we wave skip the boss. Perfect timing. Wave skip that boss. Alright, wave skip, wave skip. Everybody, wave skip in chat. Wave skip in chat. We'll get the ray, get the ray. Come on, no, yes. Get the buff, get the buff, get the boss. And that's all she wrote. GG's fam. GG's fam. It's so tempting, I know what you mean. I've been saving stones now for 3 months. I can't decide on assist mods or GT Plus, so I keep saving. They're burning a hole in my pocket. Bro, I'm exactly the same. Like the minute it passes like 500, because I know I could just buy cash mastery. The minute it passes 500, I like instantly be like, damn, I could just buy that. Let's restore that. We'll restore this. And we restore this. And nope, we leave that. Let's see how the farms are gonna go. We're gonna equip this primary. We're gonna equip this assist. So what's it at level 1? Oh, a little bit of chance. Oh, look at this. 0.02 quant. Golly gosh. Alright, now I need to respec. 57Q. So I always do my moddies first. We'll max that. I don't know if I'll max this. 716, not bad. Bro, 700 is really good for me. Straight up, 700 is really good for me. So it will be no keys this tourney. But that's all good. As long as we're progressing. As long as we are progressing. So what I'll probably do... what do I do? I kind of want to work out what I want to do for these levels. I suppose I don't have anything for substats. The multiplier is so low. I suppose I'll just do what I normally do. But I'll start with my workshop. 1, 2, 3. I think I go 5, 5. I think that's generally where I sit. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 5, boom, boom, boom. And the next one I want to do, utility, yep, that's what we want. It is exactly what we want. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I had 50 levels in this. That's exactly what we're after. Oh no, don't want to get a copyright. Make sure it's on music I'm not going to get copyright on. Bro, so many of my older videos will be like, have background music where it's copyright free music. Bro, not even, bro. Get copyright strikes. And they used to have this feature where you get something like that and it'll just give you an alert. And then all you had to do, like when you get the alert, is they'd use this AI feature. And with it, it can keep your voice but mute the background noise. So it's like it's a way where you don't have to pull the video down. And this is where I like the shockwave. And we're going to experiment with this now. Because now we got the dim core and we got a bit of single target damage. I'm actually hoping that we can actually do a little bit more hoarding. So I'm going to experiment over the next week with pushing the shockwave out a bit more. It's kind of my little plan skis. But if we try to keep the testing to something similar, then any variation in it will know what's actually making the difference. That's kind of generally how I roll. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably the same. I think that's what we want to go. Oh, and a little bit of health. I do like a little bit of health. I've got 4,496 stones from tourneys. Bro, that's wild, bro. What do you feel like doing? Like, there's probably like a min-max way in how to spend it, and what's like strategically the most beneficial for you for progression. But if we put that aside, if we take off our min-max hat for a second, Taylor, and then you just go, what do you feel like doing, or what do you want to do with those stones? What is it? What are your feels telling you? I'm actually just gonna run like a completely neutral. I'm just gonna run a completely, aside from crit chance, I'm just gonna run a completely devoed workshop, and then I'll be able to figure out. So once this is all gold boxed, I'll look at the level of the waves, and then I'll calculate out to where I die. So let's say by wave 2000, this entire workshop is completely gold box except for damage. And like, let's say that the damage is at level 2000. We'll say like that. So everything's gold boxed. I've got 2000 levels. This is from the free ups into my damage. Now if I die at 5000 waves, but this tab here goes to 6,000 levels, then I'll know I need to purchase 1,000 levels. Does that make sense? Because it's 3,000 levels from there at my death zone, and there's 6,000 levels in the tab, but I won't be able to get it all with free ups. So then I up this to 3,000. Now that's if we die at 5,000. So I have been dying around 5,000, and I'm actually hoping now with a bit of single target, we will actually be able to go higher than that. Taylor says, what I want to do is get 2 assist mods and unlock Poison Swamp, or unlock Poison Swamp and do all the labs and get Perma Poison Swamp. What I should do is save for GT Plus. Bro, I know how you feel, bro. Like the choice paralysis. Like, you know that there's stuff that you are technically supposed to do, and then there's stuff that you want to do. So you get stuck in this conundrum of, and especially like for yourself that you've saved so long, you know, to do a GT Plus hit in one smack. That I tell you what though. I tell you what, Taylor. It is not a bad position to be in though. Am I wrong though? Is it not a bad position to be in? What a terrible position. Oh, that is not a bad position to be in, bro. That is not a bad position. And whatever you end up deciding to do, bro, you're winning. Straight up. Perma Poison Swamp will be insane. GT Plus will be insane. Assist mods will be insane. Like, whatever route you go, you're going to get a mad spike in progression for your tower. You're going to get a mad spike. So I've got 5Q coins, but did I do it right? Oh. Did I max that? Yep. So do I just max it? So that takes it to 76. So I just got it. Now, HK, you guys may recognize him from chat. He jumps in on heaps of the streams and the videos and that. He was generous enough to send me a link. I was hitting up and I think maybe my last video about tools that people use. Now we'll be able to play around with it. Yeah, now we'll be able to play around with it. So I don't have enough money to buy another level, but what I can do, just chuck it in there, because why not? It's only 4 bill. 4 billy. So I think we're pretty set. So what I would do now is, I wouldn't be any more active than what I usually am. But what I will do is I just will be active as far as visually. So visually, I'll be checking in a lot more frequently on the run than what I usually do, and that's to see what changes. So obviously we've got the addition of DCs to change, but then having the workshop at completely neutral is the other change. I actually think that's probably too low of a level as far as Devo. So what I have been doing is I've been doing about 500 to 1,000 levels in damage, and then gold boxing a few of these other things. And then that's kind of like a comfortable spot for devoing my damage. I'll probably need attack speed though. Either attack speed. Did I get knockback? Oh, I got knockback. It's not a heck of a good position, you're right about that. You're killing me on the coins. You've got Glass Cannon Hybrid figured out. I feel like I was forced into Glass Cannon. But which is kind of not what I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to more lean into hybrid, like a heavy damage hybrid, but I feel like I was forced into the glass cannon, which I mean, it's not a bad thing. Like, it is what it is. If these are tools that are available to us, and I was in a position to go glass cannon, it's just like whenever something, especially a game, whenever it's forcing me to do something, you know, you roll with the punches. But I was actually like more hoping to phase out of hybrid opposed to actually just being forced to, like a hard force to go into glass cannon. And it was mainly, it all stemmed down from, and even now, I struggle to farm tier 12. Like, whether I do hybrid, whether I do blender, whether I do glass cannon, like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but the juice isn't worth the squeeze for me. I don't get enough waves to make it like financially viable. I can't do it as EHP or hybrid. If I do it as glass cannon, I'm killing too much without GT plus. Like, it just ended up becoming like yuck, and it was actually doing my head in. So it just forced me into tier 13, and then we'll do tier 13. The only way I could possibly do it, which was affordable to me, was by doing it as glass cannon. And I was actually planning to hybrid tier 14, and from tier 14 onwards transition to glass cannon. But it just, that's the way the cookie crumbles, and that's what it ended up falling on. Rappaport says found it, so I'm assuming we're talking about the inner landmine video guy. Is your chronofield 90% slow? No, it's not. It's at 70%. 70%. So I'm one click away from gold boxing it with stones. And I am God knows how many reroll shards away from rolling it on my Multiverse Nexus. Yeah, I wouldn't even know how many millions and millions it'll cost me to get it on there. So initial thoughts off the bat with the changes to the workshop is I probably devoed too much. So like, we only got 4 levels. It's not enough. So I'll probably start with just getting some attack speed. At least we could try and get some stacks on the bosses as they come. Now, the problem is because I'm using inner landmines for the stun, like it's crucial for my build. If I have too much levels in damage, the landmines spend a large portion over trimming, especially if I kill an elite. If I kill an elite and I get the buff, and I get the big buff in damage, if I have too much in this tab, I unfortunately end up spending a large portion of it over trimming. And one day we'll get the damage slider, and this will all be irrelevant. But I think by the time we get the damage slider, we're going to be our build's going to look completely different. But I'm actually hoping as well that now with this new toy, I'm hoping my main goal is to get to the run to 7.5 hours. So if we go to the run history, this one we cancelled early. This one, see, this is what a tier 12 looks like for me. Just over 7,000 waves. And it's just too low. Like, I can almost get that 2,000 waves earlier. I think this one had bad perks. I can't remember why we were looking at this. Oh, time. Yeah, time. So I'm hoping now we can squeeze out like another 45 minutes. 45 minutes to an hour 15. Like, in a perfect world, we'll get this 8 hour. So three 8 hour runs. Because just shy of 7 hours is too short. Now it'll be a whole different story if we had what's it called? Intro sprint. And that's another thing we have to get, bro. We've got to get intro sprint mastery. Does the link I sent you work? Or do you want the title? It didn't pop up in chat. Didn't show up in chat. Maybe I've got like some setting turned on or not turned on properly. I'll tell you what we are though. Bro, we're almost at 1,000 subs. We're like 20 or something off on 1,000 subs. So if you guys are watching and you're not sub, please subscribe. Please subscribe. 1,000 subs, pretty big. In saying that though, when I started posting videos on here, I was already at maybe 300 subscribers. Or maybe more. I can't remember. But I tell you what, I'll tell you what though. Here's a funny one. You know how earlier we were talking about that originally, like, so the name All Cloud and everything started from when we and my wife were in the inception of the vape industry. Well, so what we used to do is we used to use the social media, and we used to use it as a platform before it became illegal. In that, we used to use it as a platform to advocate for converting from cigarettes to vaping. So this is before we're even in the industry. So we're just consumers. And we would have all sorts of stuff. We would talk about research studies, stuff going on with the industry, stuff going on with the tobacco industry. We do live streams all the time. Well, one thing that was making it hard was a lot of the stuff we were posting, because of the forum of Facebook and the way that it works, it's too hard to link somebody to something. So that's when we would start to use, I just thought, we'll put it on a YouTube channel. Well, here's a trip. So one day I'm at the strip club, and we left my friend's, maybe it was his 30th or something, like his 30th birthday party. And we're off walking to town, and everybody goes, alright, let's go to the pub or whatever. I couldn't be bothered walking to, like, you know, New Zealand's like, and I'm sure every other country's the same, but, you know, especially in New Zealand, like, you start walking too far, and if you're too drunk, bro, you're going to get the bash from somebody. That's just like what New Zealand's like. Some young hood rats, you know, some dudes, they'll pick a fight with you. They'll smash you just because. Or you have a higher probability of it. That's just what people are like in New Zealand. And I remember everybody was walking to town, and I was like, oh, like from the venue we're at, I'm like, oh, it's too far, bro. We're gonna get jumped by some kids. I'm too drunk for this. And especially because there's a big group of us, of males, you know, it kind of makes it like big group of males, and if another group of males come past, they're 100% gonna want to rumble. So, but I knew the strip clubs were close, so I was like, alright, we'll just go to the strip clubs and that. You know, I don't care if your guys' wives fucking get upset if you go to the strip club. I'm fine. So a whole bunch of us bowl into the strip club and that, and then we're sitting there drinking, you know, staring at all the talent in the room, and this random old guy comes up to me, and he's like, do I know you? And I was like, I don't know, but what brings you to this fine establishment, mate? And then he's like, I know you. He's like, you're that vaping guy. And I was like, oh, crack up. It was a full spin, eh? It was a full spin to be at a random titty bar and then have some guy recognize me as the vaping guy. Oh, crack up. Rapport says, Flipster's Tower. Yup, sweet. I'm going to go check it out. Is it like, is it something that he does, or is it some sort of build? You know what I call it? What do you call it? Is it like a build guide or a build demo, or is it his own personal build? Bro, this is actually like quite funny with no intro sprint, eh? Makes these first levels like fucking. But yeah, man, what a flip having fucking. See where this gets us, fam. We shall see where this gets us. So all I do is once this gold boxes, and once these gold box, I'll see how many levels are left in this. But I also see if I start taking chip damage. And then what I do is like, if I start taking chip damage, and I introduce like, say this is 150 levels. If I gold box it, then I know like I'm gonna need 150 levels into something because of the free ups for the Devoed Workshop. So what does that look like? Like I don't want to put 100 levels straight into crit factor. It'll jump the damage too high, even if the base damage is too low. So I try to find like what do I want to put it in. So like I could put 100 levels into multi-shot, you know, that like these sorts of things. That's kind of like how I figure out the baseline to devo my damage. And then when I figure out whatever the baseline is, I just keep it there for quite a while. So I might go like weeks at that. And then as I start power creeping, as like module levels are going up or investment into the workshops going up, then I start adjusting from there. And then eventually we're going to try and get ourselves to the stage where just like everything's devoed and maybe 500 levels in damage or 0 levels. Like when I was doing, when I started doing Orbliss and Tier 11, I think I had everything gold box, maybe something like that, and I think I might have had like 2,000 levels in damage. And then eventually as my damage increased, my bullet damage increased, then I moved on to lowering everything, like just piece by piece, removing levels out of the workshop. And then we moved to BHD, and I lost like 2,000 to 3,000 waves of trimming with bullets. So that was another thing to navigate. So then I had to readjust my workshop, figure out where my baselines were, and then again as my power increased, we end up going to a 0 workshop in damage and just rolling with free ups. And then we end up getting too much damage, where I started getting to the point where I was looking into cards. I was like manual picking all the perks so I wouldn't get too much damage too fast, and it just become annoying. Do you know what I did? Do you know what I did, fam? I mucked up. Bruh. Of course I mucked up. Flips' Towers. Taylor says, I quit smoking and went to vaping about 2 years ago. Definitely feel better. Yeah, bro. For sure. For sure, man. I tell you what, though. I always loved smoking, eh? I loved it. I would have smoked until I died. Honestly. Straight up. I would have smoked until I died. Flips' Towers. It's a short Legends guide with inner landmines. The unsung hero. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check it out. I see almost like I have notifications on for everybody, and I swear I see every video. Like I don't watch TV, bro. You guys are gonna think this is a trip. We don't even have a TV. Well, like my kids have got TVs, but like we don't even have a TV in the lounge or anything like that. Like everybody's on their own devices. I got a couple TVs there, but they're just like packed down, you know, just stored. Like nobody's watching TV. Everybody's on their own devices and that. So I just watch YouTube. Maybe sometimes I'll watch like some streaming service or something like that. That's why there's like a running joke with a few of the other guys that post videos and that. There's a running joke, or even like active people in the community that do the same as me, keep up on everybody's uploads. They'll always say like funny stuff like, I'm commenting on this video first before All Clouded does. because I always like comment on people's videos and that. That's good for the algorithm. Yeah, I'd love a ciggy right now. Oh, Taylor, don't do it, man. How many coins per day are you at? So it fluctuates, but I'm somewhere between 1.8 and 2 little Q a day. 1.8 and 2 little Q, somewhere around there. Rappaport, it's his only one, really. Flips his only video. Do you know the way? Let's go. Just missed the tourney if you're just tuning in now. Or maybe you were tuned in the whole time and this is first time commenting. But, oh, that's what we need to do. We need to see what we got. So this guy's going to run. So if this guy's going to run, the only shot at keys is to get another 40, 50 waves. Now, in saying that, we got some pretty bad luck with death defies. We got no death defies whatsoever, and we had a little bit of bad luck as far as elites for elite spawning in that. But is it enough to get another 40, 50 waves? Like 700 waves is pretty damn good for me. Like if we look at the history. So last tournament, oh bro, almost identical waves, but last tournament. So yeah, you can see how much I'm swinging. So look at this. Look at these wave counts. Like we get a random high spike, but look, 470, 430, 500, 500. So like here, this is when I get Chronofield 70 or somewhere here, and it's like it jumps 100 waves. Crazy. So that's how strong Chronofield is. I need the last click, but just as much as I need the last click, I need an ancestral dim core, and ancestral dim cores don't exist. They literally don't. Impressive econ. I think it's not. I think it's the econ's not bad, considering not having GT plus. And it's a shame that it's so many stones away from me. But look, it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, I'll do like, say for my runs, if we go to the battle history, I'll do 2 of these. Something like this. Like a small run. 2 of these. Something like this, just as a filler while I'm having dinner, having a shower in there, and then I start a night run, which is like another one of these. And it's like, yeah, it's about 1.8 to 2Q. 2Q on a good day, 1.8 on a bad day. And what does a bad day look like to me? Bad days like I don't get the perks at the right time. I'm in the middle in something because I don't have auto restart. Like, it's a super AFK build, but I just have to make sure that I start it. So like if I'm tied up, and I had a few cases like that this week. I had a few cases like that this week where I just didn't start it on time. So I'll do a progress update tomorrow, and that would put us at around 15Q this week. Yeah, it would be about 15Q for the week. Give or take. Give or take. Rapport says yours looks like mine in a sense. But I'm missing some key parts in order to move on to the next tier. I'm missing some CF. I am missing... What do I think that I need to get into the next tier? Some way to get to ACP. And I don't know how I'm going to make that transition. But somehow I've got to get to ACP. No, I don't know how I'm going to get there. Like, maybe I'm going to get there with assist mods. Will be what's the bridge. I'm not too sure, but tier 14 runs for me are abysmal. Like, especially if I want to main as a BHD by running sync. Like, we'll probably like try to see if we can come up with something with G-Comp. Maybe like G-Comp assist with BHD, or G-Comp main with BHD assist, something like that. I'm sure we'll be able to figure something out. It's all testing, eh, guys? It's just like constant testing. And this is basically like all I do in runs. But to be honest, bro, heaps of the time when I restart my runs and I do all of this, I don't even put wave skips in. Like, straight up. But like, what I'll do is I'll figure out where we are with this. And we will have, all of these tabs will be gold box, except for the damage. And then I'll know how many levels I need to put into damage. And then I'll be able to set it up for my night run. Because currently it's 7:30, so my night run won't start till like 10:30, 11. Which is plenty of time. It's a couple hours. So, you know, we'll be at a couple thousand waves, and then I'll be able to know where my workshop's at. We'll also be able to see, like, by that point, like, obviously I'll be doing this off stream, but we'll be able to see at that point what my, how having the dim core is performing. We're super excited about. Super excited about. What's your range? So the range that I'm farming at, Andre says, what's up, all clouded? Good morning. What's good, bro? What is good? You got a good bracket? Yeah, I did actually get a good bracket. And it's a shame. It's a shame I don't have enough. I just don't have enough to squeeze out a little bit more. Because once this guy runs, and assuming that these guys, namely this guy, doesn't rerun, I could have potentially had keys. I don't feel like, even though we had a few spots with a little bit of bad luck, and there's probably a few tweaks we can make, I don't know if it's enough to get the extra 50 waves. So we're a little bit shy of getting keys. And this guy's a sysmod player. This guy did really well for this. Oh wait, I was looking at this guy. Eh? This is the guy I should be looking at. Assuming this guy, so this is another sysmod player. So assuming this guy doesn't rerun and jump up here or something. But look, I'm not sure I'll rerun it. I don't think I will. I don't think I'll have anything in the tank. Even if I did a hard respec, so I only did a soft respec, historically, every time I've done a hard respec, I would only get at like an extra 10 waves. Sometimes I got less waves because there's so much RNG involved. You know, around Death Defies and, you know, the elite spawning to fuel Amp Strike. What range am I farming at? So I just farm at 30. Now I have tried, off the back of some suggestions, I have tried different variations like 40, 50, 60, everything. And I've just still constantly found that running at 30 for the setup that I have, relying on stuns to cover me during the downtime of Black Hole, that 30 is the best for me. So like if a landmine pop like this one here, if this pops over here, this will go boom and it'll like cover all of that. So it just helps me mainly with the elites. It's just raising bosses is my big issue. Just constantly raising bosses. I'll die to either one of them. Either one of them will be breaking me down. I'm not getting chipped though, which is really good. Last tourney with Black Hole Permanent, I pushed 836 waves and still placed 12. 836 wave and still placed 12. 12's really good, bro. 12. What does 12 give you? 12. 275 stones, 4 keys. GG's. Yeah, for me, like in this one here, we got the 700 waves. For me, 700 is really good. Anytime I get around 700, is really good for me. Taylor says, I've got about 2/3 of your damage. Don't have Ancestral, ACP, or Amp Strike. But the 90% Chrono Field that does it. The difference is bonkers. Been getting 850 to 900 waves and finally getting keys for the last month. Bro, do you know how I realized how strong CF was? And seeing a CF at 90? It was Anorna. So he's another content creator. And he did like a progress update. And every progress update he does, because he's like, does like project funding and all that. And like for the most part, anybody that's playing project funding, you kind of just set it and forget it, and there's only like the key windows like when you got to do demon mode or whatever. But every progress update he does, and he'll do one tomorrow, he always starts his tournament. So he starts his tournament and then he goes on to his second tower account, like how a lot of the guys got 2 towers. And I noticed it when I seen his. So he's running CF90, and all the mobs came in, and it was like they hit a brick wall. And I was like, holy hell, is that what CF90 looks like? It was unreal. Like, they're all spawning and doing their thing. Like, you know, like we all know what they do. And then as soon as they hit that outer range of the CF, they were just like bricked. Like, they just come to a standstill. I was like, bro, CF90 is so insane. One day, I'm just missing 1 click. I just need 1 click, and I need an Ancestral Dim Core. Bro, it is killing me. Like, to the point where, like, I'm probably going to get Ohm Chip. I'm probably going to get Ohm Chip Ancestral before I get bloody Dim Core Ancestral. Like, absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. BHD with Singularity. Oh, yes. That sounds good. But I had the worst luck with Singularity. Like, when I was doing Devo, I wanted to try it with Singularity. And, like, I've only just got it to this. But for the longest time, it's been just 1 copy at Epic. Like, crazy. The testing is so fun. Do like that part of the game. I'm exactly the same, bro. Theory crafting is my favorite part of the game. The theory crafting, and watching like what everybody else does for their version of their tower for the theory craft. You know, the main objective of the game is to farm harder. Seeing what because there's a little bit of RNG involved, like especially around mods and you know, tournaments and that sort of stuff. Seeing what people do with their version of their theory craft is you know, my favorite part of the game. Not bad. 700 waves, getting there. I know, bro. I'm actually really stoked. I'm super stoked. The only thing that I'm not stoked with is the tournaments are getting a bit long now. Especially if I go to do a rerun. Like, I did a rerun the other week to try to make sure I get keys. And, yeah, I was like, oh. So, I had to do 700 and something waves. And I was like, oh. Oh, that's a bit of a drag. Oh, 12th place in Platinum. Jen says 5 million on gold, 5 meters on Goldbot's amazing. What's my Goldbot at? How do I tell? Five meters on Goldbot. 56 meters? Interest Sprint Mastery comes into clutch there. I know, bro. I know. What is it? Is it, how many stones is it? I don't even have a card slot to be able to have it on there. 1250. So it's not that bad. It's about two 2.5 weeks tournament for me to be able to get that. Is that 2.5 weeks for me? Maybe more. 3 weeks for me to be able to get that. Oh, it's an assist. So we're talking about Singularity Harness. It's a shame that it's 1,000. I mean, 1,000 stones really isn't much. Really. I know it's a lot, but it's really not that much. It's a couple weeks of saving. But then when you go a couple weeks and a couple weeks, and then you're like, oh, a couple weeks, it's like, that's where it's like, whoa. That's when you start seeing the pinch point in the operation. Yark, card slots, I know, bro. I know. I need at least one. But realistically, if we start talking like adding in Super Tower Mastery, all these other ones, then it's like I need like 3, and then when I get to 3, I'll say, oh, I need another 4, and you know, that kind of carry on. You guys know the buzz. Especially when I'm like blowing all of my gems constantly to try to find the last copy of Dim Core. But if you guys tune into the progress update, which is tomorrow, if my waves go 5,000 waves, so 5,000 waves, 5,100 waves, 5,100 waves, 5,100 waves, so on and so on. Having the addition of some single target damage with a Dim Core, what do you guys think the wave count will be? Do you reckon I'll be able to get another extra couple hundred waves? I'm hoping to get an extra couple hundred waves. And it's not even so much for like the stacking effect and everything like that. It's just the ability to be able to single target raids and bosses, which I'm just lacking on. So I'm really relying on stunning them and putting them into a stun fest somewhere near inside the tower range, and then having a clump of these mobs like what we see at the moment, and for chain lightning to shoot off them to deal the damage. Taylor says, for me it seems like mods I get to go to the stars while I have 7 mythics and 2 mythics with 6. Other than banners, haven't pulled modules since. July wasn't already that wasn't already ancestral. That happened to you? I feel like I've been really fortunate on the mod front. Like a lot more fortunate. And I feel like I don't know. Like I don't know if this is, so here's my account. My account is August the 10th. So I'm August the 10th, and here's my modules. So almost everything's at Mythic, except for the gun and Singularity Harness. Almost everything's at Mythic, and I've got these Ancestrals, and then obviously the ones that I'm wearing. I feel like I've been super fortunate on the module front. In saying that though, I was pulling modules super early. I was prioritizing it over card slots. I was prioritizing it over cards. I didn't max out my cards for ages. Like ages, bro. Like I only maxed it out when I wanted a maxed out Wave Accelerator card. So I feel like I've been super lucky. Now, as far as the banners go, my banners have been a bit wish-washy. They've kind of been all over the place, but for the most part, I got Amp Strike. This new one, that's only 1 copy off. So I feel like without going into the banner with like 10,000 gems saved, like I've always had like a couple thousand saved to start the banner, but I feel like I've done all right with it. Now, I know some other people have some real bad luck. And I know, like, at the moment I'm feeling like I'm having bad luck, but that's only because I'm fiending for the last dimension core. Like, if I wasn't fiending for it so much, and in general speaking, I've got, like, a majority of the core modules at Ancestral. I got G-Comp, Multiverse, Amp Strike. Yeah, I've got the core ones. I've actually been super fortunate. Rappaport says, it's how it's been for him lately. He's just throwing all the gems into the banner, nothing else. Yeah, I felt like that, and I really want to pick up some card slots though. And I'm just like, I've definitely got FOMO. Like, as soon as I heard the word Infinite Run come out, bro, I was FOMO'd hard. I was like, I gotta get that new mod. And it's not even like I'm gonna chase an Infinite Run. It was just like, if it has the potential in certain circumstances to create an Infinite Run, then that means that to some degree, it might be, even if they nerf it, excuse me, even if they nerf it or change some things, then it just means that there's a potential there for it to be viable in some sort of build, even if it's not an Infinite Run. That was kind of my mind state behind the FOMO of it. This ban has been horrendous for me. I've got 2 copies at the start with 1,000 gems saved, and since then I've lost all. Yeah, man, I feel ya. I think I started this banner with 2 to 3k gems, and I got no copies. I got like everything else, and then in the last, like, you know, few days or this week is where all of the copies have came up to get it to 1 copy off. And when does banner end? Banner ends in, drum roll, oh bro, 1 day. Oh no, I'm 1 day off to get 1 copy. Uncle Fuds, hear my prayers, give me that last copy. But look, I tell you what guys, that's about it. I will have a progress update video tomorrow. I will put up a progress update. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Especially you guys that are always popping in on the regular and show me some love in there. I really do appreciate it, eh? Keep the chat alive. You know, I really appreciate you fellas. Yous rock. Yous awesome. And that's why I wanted to unlock the assist mod on stream. I was going to do it on video, and I was like, nah man, I'm gonna do it on stream with the fam. They can see. And like I was saying to her, if you missed that part of the stream where I was doing it, when I hit the button, so like I went into here, I killed my farming run, and I went into this slot, and I went there, and I was like just stared at it for a bit, and then when I like hit the buy now, bro, I like stared at the animation to see what the animation looked like when it says that you unlock the slot. Bro, I was eyes closed. Like I climbed Mount Everest. I was like eyes closed. I was like pounding the chest like a silverback. Like, like, you know when someone does like every dad has a celebration dance. You know that? Like, you know, your guy's dad has a celebration dance. Assuming that you guys have got a dad and he didn't disappear to get milk, and you know, he didn't come back for 50 years. You know, all dads have got a celebration dance. I got a celebration dance, no doubt. Even if you didn't know that you did, when you're just over the moon and you have a little dance move. That's what I was like. I was eyes closed, pounding on my chest. I was saying it when I did it. I said, bro, if I had a webcam and you could see, you will probably think, who the hell is this idiot? Look at this guy. Yeah, crack up. It's my new mod over Space Displacer. Those are really the only worth on my account. Interesting. very, very interesting. Yeah, so I'm going to test this, and I'll put a progress update tomorrow, and you guys will be able to see how good or how bad we're done. But I'm assuming it's going to be nothing but good for us. So, with that being said, if you like what you see, you know the drill, fam. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification button so you can see when the next video is coming out, which is tomorrow. And as always, keep it cloudy, fam.